The day began like any other at Apalachee High School. Students shuffled to class, laughter echoed in the hallways. But this normalcy was shattered in an instant. Gunfire erupted, transforming the familiar into chaos and terror. At the heart of this tragedy stood a 14-year-old student, Colt Gray. The community was ripped apart. Apalachee became synonymous with a national epidemic, school shootings. The shock was immediate and profound. The weight of the tragedy pressed down on Apalachee. 4 souls full of promise and potential were gone. 2 students, their futures brutally extinguished, became stark reminders of the fragility of life. 2 teachers, dedicated to nurturing young minds, became tragic heroes, their sacrifices etched in the hearts of a grieving community. Their names, once filling classrooms with laughter and learning, now echoed in the hushed whispers of mourners. Their faces, once beaming with youthful energy and wisdom, now graced memorial photos, forever young. The loss was immeasurable, a gaping wound in the soul of Apalachee. 9 others carried physical wounds, testaments to the violence that had invaded their sanctuary. But the invisible scars, the trauma seared into their memories, ran deeper. The image of the shooter, the sounds of gunfire, the screams of classmates, these would forever haunt their dreams. Amidst the chaos, stories of courage emerged. The school resource deputy confronted the shooter with unwavering resolve. His swift actions prevented further bloodshed. Students responded with remarkable resilience. Some shielded their classmates, others tended to the wounded. Yet the question remained, why? What drove a 14-year-old boy to commit such an act? The investigation began, seeking answers in the wreckage. Authorities delved into Colt Gray's background. The motive remained shrouded in darkness. The gun became a focal point of the investigation. How did Colt Gray obtain it? Was it accessible at home? These questions ignited a debate about gun control. The investigation into the Apalachee school shooting was a complex tapestry woven from digital footprints and whispered rumors. Investigators faced a daunting task, piecing together the events leading up to the tragedy. Colt Gray, now silent behind bars, held the key to understanding the darkness. Interviews painted a picture of a troubled boy. Some spoke of bullying and social isolation. Others mentioned a fascination with violence. Investigators scoured his social media for clues in cryptic messages and violent imagery. The Apalachee shooting cast a harsh light on the role of social media in shaping young minds. Colt Gray's online activity, once dismissed as the ramblings of a troubled teenager, now took on a sinister significance. His posts, laced with anger, isolation, and a fascination with violence, hinted at a darkness simmering beneath the surface. The internet, a double-edged sword, offered Colt Gray both a platform for his rage and a sense of belonging in virtual communities that mirrored his own darkness. Online forums, often hidden from the watchful eyes of parents and educators, became echo chambers for his anger, amplifying his feelings of isolation and resentment. The investigation raised uncomfortable questions about the responsibility of social media companies in monitoring and addressing potentially harmful content. The line between free speech and incitement to violence blurred, leaving policymakers and tech giants grappling with the complex ethical and legal implications of online behavior. In the wake of the shooting, the Apalachee community grappled with grief, anger, and a profound sense of loss. Vigils bathed in candlelight and tears offered a space for collective mourning. Students, teachers, and parents huddled together, seeking solace in shared grief and solidarity. Yet amidst the mourning, a fierce determination for change began to emerge. Parents, their voices trembling with emotion, demanded answers from school officials and lawmakers. Students, their innocence shattered, organized rallies and protests, their voices rising in a chorus for stricter gun control measures and increased mental health resources. The tragedy sparked a national conversation about school safety, gun violence, and the mental health crisis affecting young people. Politicians offered condolences and promises of action, but the debate over meaningful solutions remained as polarized as ever. Apalachee, once an idyllic small town, became a microcosm of a nation grappling with its demons. The Apalachee shooting forced a reckoning with the limitations of reactive approaches to school safety. Metal detectors, security drills, and armed guards, while necessary deterrents, could not address the root causes of violence. A shift in focus from reactive measures to proactive prevention became paramount. Mental health resources, often underfunded and stigmatized, emerged as a critical area for investment. Early intervention programs designed to identify and support students struggling with mental health issues offered a glimmer of hope in preventing future tragedies. Creating a culture of support and open communication within schools where students feel comfortable seeking help without fear of judgment became essential. Addressing the accessibility of firearms, particularly to troubled individuals, remained a contentious issue. Advocates for stricter gun control measures called for universal background checks, red flag laws, and bans on assault weapons. Opponents argued for responsible gun ownership and mental health solutions, highlighting the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. The Apalachee shooting served as a stark reminder that preventing such tragedies requires a multifaceted approach, one that extends beyond the walls of schools and into the very fabric of society. Parents, the first line of defense, must be vigilant in recognizing warning signs in their children's behavior, both online and offline. Open communication, active listening, and seeking professional help when needed are crucial steps in addressing potential problems before they escalate. Educators on the front lines of this battle must be equipped with the training and resources to identify and support students struggling with mental health issues. Creating a culture of inclusivity and respect within schools where bullying and social isolation are not tolerated is essential in fostering a sense of belonging for all students.